Good morning and welcome to Wake Up and Rise, the morning show that brings you the latest information, motivation, and inspiration you need to rise above. I'm your host, Dustin Williams, husband to the last good woman on earth, father to 3 amazing kiddos, and Kentucky's favorite real estate expert. Each episode is designed with you in mind, providing you with insightful tips, daily inspiration, and strategies to succeed. So grab your cup of coffee, settle in, and let's rise together because it is time to wake up and rise. Woohoo! Man, I have been on a marathon this morning, y'all. Hey, it is finally working. Technical difficulties here on Wake Up and Rise. But we are here today. I'm here. It is now 6:45 a.m. on October the 3rd, 2024. But hey, we made it. It makes me think, all these live shows like the morning show and like the news show, they have to have technical difficulties too. My guess is they just have so much equipment that, something goes wrong, they're ready to roll. Like they're ready to set up and roll a different way. But here on Wake Up and Rise, it's a one-man show. I am all you got, so I got to run all the technical problems and work them all out myself. And we are here. We are live finally. So good morning and welcome to Wake Up and Rise, the show that brings you the daily dose of inspiration, motivation, and everything you need to know to rise above the challenges and make your day a success. I'm your host, Dustin Williams, coming to you live today from my makeshift office here in my home office, in my makeshift studio here in my new-to-me old house in Paris, Kentucky. And today we're going to talk about a topic that I definitely can relate to this morning, and I feel like everybody else can relate to at times too. What to do when everything stops working, right? What to do when the laptop quits working, right? What to do when technology quits working or, your car quits working. What to do when what you're doing stops working. But we're going to apply that really to success, to our business, to how we run our life, right? I mean, I feel like you come across things sometimes and you've been doing what you do and it just stops working for you. What do you do? We've all had those moments, right? Feels like no matter what we do, nothing is going to go. It's just nothing's going right for you. Plans fall apart. Technology breaks. It breaks down. You got to get new stuff. It's all expensive. People let you down. Some days it just feels like the whole world is conspiring against you. I've been there. I know it can feel overwhelming. I get it. Here's the thing, though. Those moments are not the end. In fact, they can be a new beginning. So what we do when everything stops working, what do we do? Like, what do we do when everything stops working? Let's talk about some things real quick. You take a step back, okay? First thing, when things stop working, when what you're doing stops working, don't panic. Just take a step back. It's easier said than done, but sometimes we just need to pause before we can fix what's broken. Maybe we just need that mental break. We need that breather. Take a deep breath. Walk away from the situation for a second. Give yourself some mental space to assess what's happening, okay? Because when you step back, you gain clarity. When you step back, sometimes you see the bigger picture. Maybe it's not about forcing something to work that's already broken. Maybe it's about realizing that it's time for a shift, a change in approach, or even a change in mindset. Or, you're working with technology, maybe take a step back and you realize that there is a cord that is unplugged or something. Right? So take a step back, get a bigger picture of it, Take a mental break so your brain can think about it and process it and figure it out. Number 2, break it down. When everything else, like when everything stops working, it's easy to feel like the whole world is crumbling. It's easy to throw in the white flag. It's easy to just stop and just give up. Just throw it in and quit. Most of the time, though, it's not as bad as it seems, right? It's just it's like a series of smaller issues that when you put them together, it just feels overwhelming, but it's not as bad as we think it is or as bad as it feels. So you break it down. Identify exactly what isn't working. Is it a technical problem, a personal challenge, a miscommunication? Is it a relational issue? Maybe there's a lack of trust between the two of you. Just break it down into manageable pieces, right? Okay, what's going on with this situation? What can I break this into? And then tackle each one of those manageable pieces individually. When you use that strategy, not only it doesn't only help you solve the problems more effectively, but also it gives you a sense of progress. Just because you're handling one issue at a time. It's like a checklist. Number 3, we're going to adapt and pivot. You know why? Because life doesn't always go as planned. When everything stops working, maybe it's a sign that you need to change something up. You need to adapt, right? Instead of trying to push through the same old way, maybe it's time to pivot, right? Maybe it's time to stop what you're doing and change things up. Look at your options. Think about it. What else can I try? Like, I'm going to stop this and try to do this. See if this works. I'm not telling you to give up on it. I'm just trying to tell you, if you have if you have a challenge, if you have something you're trying to attack and you're attacking it one way and it isn't working, then take a step back and try it from a different way till you get there. Is there a different path you considered? It could be an opportunity to think creatively and find new solutions that are even better than what your original plan was, right? We only get better most of the time. As the saying goes, right? One door closes, another one opens. Sometimes the door that shuts was never meant for you in the first place. And you know what? If there's not a door open, you can make one. Yeah, bust through the wall, man. Make your own door. Number 4, seek help. When things stop working, it's really easy to fall in the trap of thinking you have to fix it all on your own. I get it. I'm the guy. If I need a mountain moved, hey, I move it by myself. I'm pretty sure I'll die on that hill. I will move that mountain by myself. It's just my nature. It's I get it. But see, I have to come to the realization, and I have to humble myself quite a bit to realize I can't fix everything on my own, right? For so many reasons. Sometimes it's because somebody else can do it a little bit better. Sometimes I don't have the skills, so somebody has to teach me the skills. Sometimes it's a two-man job. Sometimes it's a two-man job and I'm only one man. No matter how many times I try to move a mountain, sometimes it's a two-man job. Sometimes it's more than that. One of the most powerful things you can do is to ask for help, though. Maybe you have to reach out to a friend, a colleague, a mentor, a neighbor, maybe a professional. And there is no shame in seeking support in whatever it is. Maybe it's something to help with your mental state. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's something, physical, or maybe it's, you need somebody to help you lift the 300-pound couch that my wife found somewhere at Big Lots, the heaviest couch in the world, and you need help lifting it, and so you got to call on somebody, you got to call on a neighbor. It happens. A fresh perspective on things and a helping hand can make all the difference, right? When you get somebody else's eyes on it, when you add somebody else into it, the solution might be something easier. It might make it easier. It also might make it more simpler that you just hadn't thought of because you were too close to that problem, right? And bringing somebody else in helps you see that. Here's today's inspiration for you guys. Okay. Here's today's inspiration. If you don't take anything else away, take this. Frustration is the first step towards change because it signals that something needs to shift. When everything stops working, don't see it as a dead end. All right. See it as a turning point. It's time to pivot. It's life's way of telling you it's time for a new approach, a new mindset. Maybe it's a new path. So the next time you find yourself in that moment of everything just grinding to a halt, remember it's not a failure. It's an opportunity to grow, to adapt, to pivot, ultimately to come back stronger, to attack it stronger than you are now. All right, folks, that's it for today's episode of Wake Up and Rise. Remember, when everything stops working, it's not the end of the road. It's just a detour, right? Take a step back, break it down, adapt, seek help if you need it, and focus on focus on what you can do about the situation. You got this. I will be back here for tomorrow morning for another inspirational episode and motivational episode to help you rise above and conquer your day. And just remember, tomorrow what is today? Oh man, today is trash day. I didn't put the trash out. Today's Thursday. Tomorrow's Feel Good Friday. So we're going to get up in the morning and we're going to feel good like we do every day. But we set a day Friday for Feel Good Friday. So we're going to help you rise above and conquer your day. And so until then, stay strong, stay positive, and keep rising. If this show helped you this morning, or if you know somebody that could help, share this out on your feed. Share it out on your feed. Send it to somebody you know, or tell somebody about the show, so we can build this community and so we can come together and just change people's lives together, right? So we can be together on this, right? Be the group of people that lean into each other. That's it for today, guys. So I will see you back here tomorrow morning for another episode. And until then, go ahead and get out there and shine today.
Yeah, it's going to be hard, bro. Yeah. I feel like I can rule the world. I know I could be what I want to. Above all, be yourself all the time. Let no one tell you what you can't do. It's all about life and progression, motivation and the lessons and the blessings that come with it all. And if you feel like quitting, don't stop, keep going, cause you know they love to see you fall. I don't know about you, but I'm trying to ball. Cause I ain't had enough and I deserve it all. I put my all in it like no days off. On the road, let's travel, never looking back. Like, feeling like old, I don't wanna hide it. Oh yeah, on top of the world, nothing gonna stop me. Ain't nobody telling me no, I'll get you fused wherever I go. Yeah, like I can rule the world. Yeah, like I'm on top of the world. You know, like I can rule the world. Like I can rule the world. All all I wanna do is live my best life for the rest of my years. Do what I love, just not what I can, and master my life for a master plan. Cause I remember way back when, they thought I wouldn't last, they said I wouldn't win, but whatever though, I'm in the end zone, I'm doing my thing, and I'm big goals. Oh yeah, feeling like gold, I don't wanna hide it. Oh yeah, on top of the world, nothing